Students, happy Thursday. We're getting through the week. You guys have been doing great. So today I'm going to go over your Thursday assignments. First, let's circle back to Wednesday. So I started my prompt. I haven't finished it yet though, so I'm going to color it. Oh, that's too dark because then I can't really see it. So I'm going to color it orange, and I'm going to write myself a comment that says, need to finish, so that I know that I'm not yet done with that. And that is due tomorrow, so I still have some time. Maybe I could work on it today, or if not, if I look down, it is one of my, nope, that's what I want. It is one of my activities to do on Friday, so I don't have to stress about it. I can finish it on Friday. Okay, so today I'm looking at, hold up. I did also study my vocabulary for 20 minutes, so I'm going to mark that as green. There we go. Now I'm ready for today. Okay, in your March Madness text on Newsela, read the short story, See You at the Poll, and take the quiz. Alrighty, so this is my story. That's the one I did yesterday. I'm going to go back to my assignment here. And now I need to see what, little penguin. Love it. All right, so do I have a writing prompt for this one? I'm gonna go back and check. I have to take the quiz. I have to do the power words for See You at the Poll. And then I have to respond to a discussion post of which one do I think. And then I have to work on my prompt. Oh, look, work on my prompt here. Okay. So I have no writing prompt for this. I just have to take the quiz and do the power words activity. I got this. Easy peasy. Alrighty. See you at the poll. Sir, I have something for you. Mr. Zoom stopped walking and looked around. That's a cool name. Cars whizzed by, people strode past, but a delivery man reached out and handed Mr. Zoom a package. Why me? Said Mr. Zoom, who was hurrying to the office. Ooh, I'm wondering if his name, Zoom, means go fast. And it says he is hurrying to his office. I wonder if he does everything quickly. Right? Maybe. His name is Zoom. Because everyone should take time. Okay, why me? Said Mr. Zoom, who was hurrying to his office. Because everybody should take time to help someone else, said the delivery man. True. Mr. Zoom turned. He wanted to get going. I'm thinking he does. He wanted to get going. Yeah, he's impatient. He's impatient. But don't take off the wrapping, shouted the delivery man as he rounded the corner and disappeared. He left the package on the hood of the nearest car. Mr. Zoom was in a big rush and planned to walk away, but he thought he heard something. It was the package. Interesting. Is something alive in the package? But then, why can't he take off the wrapping? Uh-oh. Let's see. He put his ear next to the box and said, What? Tadpole? Did you say tadpole? Ooh, I wonder, what does that sound like? Pole? Maybe North Pole? Maybe? I don't know. The package quivered, and Mr. Zoom walked toward the small pond in the middle of the park. He wanted to get rid of the package as quickly as possible and go to his office. This part adds on to what, oh no, not that part. This part adds on to what we think about Mr. Zoom. The voice inside said something. Oh, said Mr. Zoom. Did you mean patrol? I don't really have time for this right now. I'm in a big rush to get to the office. But the package said it again, and Mr. Zoom hurried off to look for a patrol car. He walked along busy streets, waited at crosswalks, rushed past a roadblock until he finally saw a policeman on patrol. Here we are. Is this what you meant? Profiterole, said the package. Can you try to speak more clearly? Mr. Zoom was getting frustrated. We walked halfway across town, and now you want a fancy piece of cake? The package quivered again, and so Mr. Zoom marched over to the nearest drugstore and bought a pack of Oreo cookies. I'm wondering if there's word quivered. We've now seen it twice. Maybe it means, like, shook? It seems to be the package's way of communicating. Good enough? He asked. Super Bowl, answered the package. Stop it, said Mr. Zoom. This is getting ridiculous. I was just minding my own business, walking to the office. Everyone over there is waiting for me. Now I must be going crazy, taking orders from a package. The package did not answer, and Mr. Zoom rushed off towards his office. It was already very late, and when he arrived, the place was empty. Happy now? Mr. Zoom said as he threw the package on the table. The one corner of the package tore open. For a stroll, whispered the package. What? Said Mr. Zoom. After I dragged you here and there and everywhere, now you want to go out again for a stroll? The package trembled, and ooh, synonym for quivered? Interesting. And Mr. Zoom said, you have to speak clearly if you want to be understood. Out of control, said the package. I'm out of control, said Mr. Zoom. How dare you? And he ripped off the wrapping in a frenzy. Ooh, I wonder what this means. In a frenzy. A frenzy is when there is a lot of excitement or a big rush about something. Oh, okay. So he ripped it off all at once, kind of in like Christmas morning when you are opening your presents. You open them in a frenzy. Oh my, said Mr. Zoom. It is an egg. And the egg, of which Mr. Zoom could now hear very clearly, said, the South Pole, open on Sunday. Ah, so not the North, but the South. Interesting. Open on Sunday. Today is Friday, Mr. Zoom said in alarm. Oh, alarm. Okay, let me try that again. Today is Friday, Mr. Zoom said in alarm, and I opened the package 3 days too early. What should I do now? The South Pole can wait, but the egg cannot. He cleared away all the documents and files, chose the softest pillow, hung a sign on the door that said, do not disturb, important meaning, and sat to brood on the egg. So the egg cannot. What do you think that means? Maybe the egg is too early to hatch? Maybe by opening it, he damaged it somehow? I don't know. We're going to have to read on and find out. Not much else I can do, sighed Mr. Zoom. Everybody should make time to help somebody else. He sat one day. He sat for 2 days. On the third day, so Sunday, it seemed that the egg was not so comfortable anymore because it rocked and jumped until it cracked into two. And who came out? Welcome, said Mr. Zoom. It was a baby penguin. Papa? Said the baby. In a manner of speaking, answered Mr. Zoom, and decided to call him Penny. What does this mean? In a manner of speaking. I'm thinking that Mr. Zoom is like his papa because he took care of him. And sat with him. Makes sense. So in a manner of speaking, so not exactly, he's not technically his papa, his dad, but he's cared for him and looked after him. So in a manner of speaking, answered Mr. Zoom and decided to call him Penny. South Pole here? Asked Penny. South Pole here, answered Mr. Zoom, because he wanted little Penny to know that where he belonged. He hung up a new sign on the door to his office that read, "Be back soon." Reserved a ticket to the South Pole on his phone, put Penny in a baby carrier, and the two flew out that very day. When they got off the plane, they got onto a sleigh and went straight to the reserve. There they saw hundreds of penguins, brooding, swimming in the ocean, or just walking back and forth. South Pole here? Asked little Penny. Basically speaking, said Mr. Zoom, who was looking around but did not recognize anyone. Excuse me. Someone ran up to them and said, I've been waiting for you for 3 days. Mama! Shouted little Penny, and he ran over to his mother. She gave him a great big hug and introduced herself to Mr. Zoom. Nice to meet you. I am Penina. I wish to thank you very much, sir. I was so worried. It is lucky that there are still people in the world who are willing to take care of someone other than themselves. Little Penny held on to Mr. Zoom's hand on the left and onto Penina on the right, and the three took a walk along the shore, gazing at the icebergs, humming. The tip of the iceberg is all you can see. The most important part lies deep in the sea. So I'm having a thought here. Hearing all this dialogue, and it's coming from like this coming from Penina, but Penina is a penguin. So is Penny. So this must be an example of personification. That's what I'm thinking. Because they're not humans, but they're talking. So we got personification. All right, where have I gone? The tip of the iceberg is all you can see. The most important part lies deep in the sea. The time has come to say goodbye, said Mr. Zoom, as he spotted the sleigh waiting for him nearby. You will never leave, in a manner of speaking, said little Penny, who really hadn't learned how to speak so well yet. Oh, he's copying. Yeah, he's copying. He is copying what Mr. Zoom said. Maybe because he doesn't have his own words yet. Maybe, yeah. And Mr. Zoom, who already knew how to speak, said, That is true. How can I go and leave the little baby behind? I'm the one who penguined him. But Penina said, Don't worry, sir. I am here. So so Mr. Zoom feels protective. Of little Penny, right? He doesn't want to leave. But Penina said, Don't worry, sir. I am here. The sleigh bells chimed impatiently, so Mr. Zoom gave Penny one last hug. I have 2 phones, he said. Here, take one. Call me whenever you miss me. Then he shook Penina's hand and got into the sleigh. As the sleigh slid by Penny, he called out, In a manner of speaking, I penguined you. Will you ever come back? Of course, called Mr. Zoom. We will all travel from here to there and from there to here, because those who are penguined will never part for very long. See you tomorrow, called little Penny to the sled as it pulled away, and Mr. Zoom shouted back in the wind, Life is an adventure. Let's make that a goal. We'll meet again soon. See you at the pole. Oh, okay. So what I'm getting from this line here I really like. So what is Mr. Zoom saying? I think he's saying here that if you care about someone, you will never really be apart from them. So even though he's leaving, they're still connected because Mr. Zoom cares about him and little Penny cares about Mr. Zoom. Yeah, I like that. All right, so now that I've read, I've got 2 activities to do, and you can see them here at the bottom. So I can practice my power words before, So I can either do my power words first or I can do my quiz. So which sentence is an example of the word disappeared? There are a dozen cookies on the plate 10 minutes ago, but the plate is totally empty now. Tammy baked a dozen cookies to share with a few of her friends after school today. So which one is disappeared? I think we know. Let's check answer. Yay! And then you would continue for the rest of the 9. I'm obviously not going to do that because I do not want to give them away. So, let's see. So how does Penina feel about Mr. Zoom bringing Penny to the South Pole? Annoyed, grateful, worried, or relaxed? So you can continue doing this. I'm obviously not going to do this. But then when I'm done, I'm going to say that I did really well, took my best, and I got 100 on both. And then, okay, so then my discussion